Thank you for visiting my channel. I've always said that sharing is caring, and I decided to share some information on my channel. This all began when I purchased my 2021 C8 Z51 3LT. I never got a vehicle ceramic coated, but being that this was probably my largest spend, I decided to go ahead and do what everybody else was doing. I contacted several companies, and I went and basically toured their facility, and I decided to go with a company that was in New Jersey. I had a couple of companies in Pennsylvania, but I wanted to go to a place that was closer to me. They did a great job. When I looked at my vehicle, it was looked like somebody poured water over it. And I got the PPF, the paint protection film on the front of the car. I got the interior, also they call it ceramic coating. And I got the windshield with a, I guess it's PPF. And the car looked great. And then after I paid the guy $3,800, he gave me this book. And in that book, it told me how to maintain my vehicle since it was ceramic coated. And then he told me the anniversary year of them ceramic coating my vehicle, that I would have to bring it back to them and they would do a touch-up. I first thought that was strange because he did say that the ceramic that they were using on my vehicle had, I think it's an 8-year warranty on it. And I was somewhat curious why I have to bring my vehicle back each year for a touch-up. Then, after about 7 months after my vehicle was treated, what have you, I started noticing some of my PPF in the front to bubble up and come loose. I fixed it myself. I got some water, put on there, and got a squeegee, and I fixed it. But one day, I was going into Pep Boys. Pep Boys used to be a local automotive store, and also they worked on cars, and you buy auto supplies. And I parked my vehicle, and I saw a Mazda RX-8, and the car looked awesome. It was silver, and it looked as though someone also ceramic coated the vehicle. And so when I went in, I said, whose vehicle is that? And this young man said, it's my vehicle. And I asked him he had some modifications on it also. I asked him who modified his vehicle. He said he did. I said, who did the ceramic coating? He said, I did it myself. I said, you did? And I explained to him what I did with my Corvette. He said, sir, let me show you something. And he took me around the side and he showed me this CMX, ceramic spray coating. And he told me that he uses this on his vehicle just twice a year, and he's not going to pay someone $4,000 to do what he can do probably, in a couple hours. Now they took when they had my vehicle for 3 days. Now what I'm about to share with you guys is something I started doing to all of my vehicles, and I clean 2 vehicles. I can clean 2 vehicles in about 2.5 hours. I'm gonna show you what I do. Now I normally would show you me power washing and all that, but there are a lot of YouTube videos out there on how to wash your vehicle. But I power wash my vehicle. But I learned something. The first thing I do to my vehicle when I start to clean it, I clean my wheels. And I found this is Duracoating Wheelie Cleaner. Now everything you see in front of me, I ordered from Amazon. But the reason why I'm showing you this, of all the wheel cleaners I've used, I've been cleaning cars since 1968. But all the wheel cleaners that I've been using, I tell you, this is the best. And I'll tell you why it's the best. The wheels that I have on my 2023 C8 and my 2023 Camaro SS, they are the black glossy wheels. But when I use this, it looks like, when I'm finished, it looked like I have polished the wheels. And I'm going to tell you what I do. And the reason why I do this first, I'm going to tell you why. I take a separate bucket of water. I put dish detergent in the water, and I spray this over the wheels. Let me show you something. I ordered about 6 of these from Amazon. And the reason why I like this, it puts a fine mist. It sprays a fine mist. I take this, I get it in concentrate, but I dilute it. I use 30% and dilute it with water. Pump this up, and I spray the entire wheel, the rubber, inside, what have you. I let it sit for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I begin to wash it, scrub it down with soapy water and a brush. The wheel, the inside and outside. And then I take my power washer and rinse it off. I let it set. And then I go and clean the car. And the way I clean my car, I rinse it off just with water, get all the dust off and help loosen up any dirt that's on there. And then I use my power washer. Now what I use to wash my car is the Car Pro Reset. They say this is probably the best shampoo you want to use if you have your vehicle ceramic coated, because this is not going to take off the wax. It's not going to take off your ceramic. And this is what I was told. The guy that charged me $1,300, he told me to wash my car with this. And I've been using Car Pro products since 2021. So I would load this in my foam gun, okay? And I foam the car up, and I foam the wheels up, the tire well, the entire car. I let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then I rinse it off, okay? Then I take my leaf blower. Now guys, you gotta hear me on this. I take my leaf blower, and I blow all the water off my car. There's virtually, when I'm finished, there's virtually no water on my car. You can't get all of it off, but may not get into cracks and crevices. And you want it to be not a lot of water, but you want it to be a light coat of water on your car. And then what I do, I take this is a polisher, and I take CMX, and this is Mother's CMX, and I spray it on a small section, and then I use this polisher. And what I like about this polisher, it has a variable speed. And I start out on one of the lowest speeds, and then I increase the speed, and I go in a circular motion. And the reason why I do that, that helps to get all of any scratches, little minor, not deep, I guess they call them spider webs. That gets it off of your car. And I do the entire car with this, all right? With the CMX. And after I've done that, I take this polisher, and I go over the entire car, and I change the pads. I go over the entire car. Then the car is looking pretty decent, start to shine, looking real nice. Now, I tried to find a photo of my Corvette, and I did find one to show you the shine there. So it's sort of hard to film the shine of a car or take a picture, but I did find one on my photo album, and I'm going to post it up and let you see it. Then after I wax it with the CMX, then I take and use Car Pro Reload. Now what the Reload does, the Reload seals the ceramic to the car. All right, it seals it. and I use the buffer. I spray it, seal it, okay? Seal it. I'm sorry. I apply it with this, all right? Then after I apply it, then I buff it. I do apologize. I use this to apply the ceramic and the sealer to the car. But I use this to buff it, all right? Then after I buff it, now it may seem like this is involved, but it's not really, because you're not doing it by hand. You're using electric tools. Then after I do that, I take my large microfiber towel and I wipe my car down. Now the next thing I do, after I do that, then I use the Car Pro Elixir. Now the Car Pro Elixir is a detailer. And what this does, this liquefies what you have on the car, okay? I do it again with this, my polisher. And you got to change these rubber pads out. And I prefer the pads with the notches in it. It really gets it into the car. Then I apply this on it, all right? And I let it set. Then I buff it, okay? Then I buff it. Now this is only a one-time deal now. I'm telling you what I do twice a year. And then I'm gonna tell you what I do to maintain it. I do this in the spring, and I do it in the fall. I just did both of my cars the other day. Then after I buff it with this, then I found this. This is called Bee Maker Paint Protector. I put this over the detailer. Let me tell you something. I just started using this. And I'm going to tell you something. This is the game changer. All right? I will apply this with my polisher. Then after I polish it, then I'll buff it. And then the last thing I do, I put my rag on it. And you use this to touch things up. Because, you know, with the polisher, with the buffer, you can't get into the nooks and crannies. But I use this to get into the nooks and cranny. And I'm going to tell you something. I went to Corvette Takeover at Princeton. And my car was sitting on the end. And everybody that came up and saw my car, they asked me, who did your paint correction? They did not believe I did it myself. There are no spider webs. The paint is even. I'm serious, guys. I spent $3,800 on something I could have did myself. Yes, it is somewhat time consuming, but you figure they had my vehicle for 3 days, all right? And I spent an hour, this takes an hour, this part right here, an hour to get my car set up. Then all I have to do throughout the year, and I don't even wash my car. I only wash my car twice a year. I use my duster, and I hear people talk about, why you put your duster on there and you're going to scratch your car. Not with this on it. Not with this on it. You're not scratching your car. I dust my car off, all right? I'm using a duster. I dust it off. I go ahead and spray this on my car. But this time, instead of polishing with this, I have a microfiber towel, and I wipe it off. Then last thing I do, I put the bee protector on there, all right? And I use a microfiber towel. I do that every time I get my car prepared for a car show. And I'm going to tell you something. These two are game changers. When you look at your wheel, after you use this here, you don't have to wax your wheels. I guess the Dura coating is what it puts on your wheel. And if you take the Brembo brakes off your car and you put the carbon ceramic brake pads on there, your brake dust will be minimum. You're going to get some, but not as much as you will with the Brembo brake pads. But this is a game changer, and this is a game changer. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Some people say, don't give away your secrets. I didn't invent this. This information was shared with me, and I decided to share with you. Save yourself some money. There is alternatives to ceramic coating. Now I know a lot of people who are professional detailers that they're going to ceramic coat your vehicle and they charge you $6, $4, $5,000, wheels on, wheels off. They're going to come and speak against me. Well, look over here. I don't win them all. Corvettes at Carlisle, at the NCCC event, your car must be immaculate. All right. First place ribbon, second place at the first car show for this year from, I believe the name of the group was the original Garden State Corvette Club. And they had an awesome car show this year. And I never seen so many Corvettes, but they had GM products. But the majority of the cars there were Corvettes and Camaros. All right. I just want to share this information. If it helps you, pass the information on. Pass it on. I'm just sharing what was given to me. Take care. Have a blessed day.